Hi, welcome back again in Power BI course. Let's resume the course, fourth session in which we are going to discuss about the different type of the graphs. Until to the previous session, we discussed about the stack bar chart, including the features of the graph. Now, let's discuss about the stack column chart as well as the cluster bar chart and cluster column chart in this session. But before starting ahead, I just let me remind you, if you didn't subscribe the channel, do subscribe the channel. Just search out by the name of Fahad Hussain CS. Come inside the playlist of my channel and you can facilitate all the playlist over there related to content related material, which mean whatever the data set, code and anything which I just use in the video session, all are freely available on my blog fadusencsblogspot.com. You can feel free to download from here. If you didn't subscribe, kindly do subscribe the channel to motivate me to do such kind of the activity and the tutorial for you time to time. Okay, so this is the first layout of my visualization called a stack bar chart. Okay, I just enlarge it. I'm just going to add one more dashboard from here. Okay, there is a sign of plus. Just click on it, and after that, I'm just drop the stack column chart. Okay, I'm just enlarge it. Remember that I'm using the same data set of the university which I just supposed to add before. Okay, remember that I'm just starting this course from the very scratch level. Okay, if you didn't learn anything from the Power BI perspective, you can start this course from very scratch level from here. Just because of this, I use my customized manner data set. But in future, we use the professional way of the data set as well. Okay, so when I just drop the stack column chart, here you can observe that same number of attributes are there. So x-axis, y-axis, legend attribute and small multiples are available here. I may use the same number of the columns. Okay, I just click on the graph. As you know, the degree programs and some of the further income I use here. So the same thing, I'm just click on it. So the degree program and further income and just drop here. Okay, and you can observe that just click on this focus mode. When you click on the focus mode, it will enlarge. Okay, so here you can see that the basic difference between a stack bar chart and the column chart. A stack bar chart is just representing your data in a form of these stacks. Okay, and the stack visualization in a form of the vertical. But this time the stack column chart is also in a form of the stack, but the direction in a vertical form. So horizontal to vertical form are the combination here. Similarly, the legend attribute are there. If you want to show the legend, you just drop the legend attribute, whatever you want to show. So this time I just drop the duration as a legend. You can see that 2 years, 3 years and 4 years in a colors. Okay, in a colors. So we can easily understand that the darker side of the blue is a 3, the lighter is a 2 year and the orange color is a 4 year program duration. Small multiples, same as like the stack bar chart, you can just distribute your data into a small multiples of this graph with respect to the specific column which you want to use here. For example, I want to break down this data with respect to the name as well. I just drop the name over here. And when I just drop and release my key, the graph is going to convert it into a small multiple with respect to the name. So you can see that this is a separate graph of the Adam, Ali, Eve, Harris, and so on. So sometimes we need this kind of the visualization to make understand about how you convert your graph into a small multiple with respect to the specific column. If you don't need, you need to just click the cancel one. Similarly, tooltip. Tooltip is a additional information when I just hover my mouse on the bar. So the additional information will be showing in a form of the window. So I'm just drop that, for example, the date as a tooltip. When I just drop the date here, the earliest date is going to add here, and when you just expand it, it will just show you which type of the date you need. Earliest date, latest date, the count of the date. Okay, you can remove this field, remove from the visual as well, or move to as well, which means that I can move this attribute to x-axis, y-axis, legend or a small multiple, which I have already used. It's all about the option. So I just drop here already the earliest date here, and when I just click here, I can easily observe that earliest date is also the part of the tooltip right now. I just hover it and observe the difference. So this is the additional information is also available. Remember that the drill through option, cross-reference, keep all filter on. These options I will just explain you when we understand different number of the graph first, and after that we will discuss in a separate session about the drill through option. That is, by the way, that's a very great option in a Power BI. Okay. Now, similarly, when you go to the format your visual, okay, almost same number of the option are there which we discussed in the last session. Okay, just back to the report, enlarge it from the corner. Okay, so we can easily see that. If I just click here from the dashboard one where we stack bar discuss, so you can observe that when you click on it and come to the here option, so you can observe that all are almost the same option we understood in the previous session is available for the this option as well. Okay, column stack chart. For example, I just briefly expand this one. If you want to change this in a x-axis, you can use this one, title layout, y-axis, the same thing. Okay, if you didn't watch the previous session, do watch that. That is a very important thing because I'm not interested to say the same thing again and again. That is not a good thing to just increase the size of the video. Okay, otherwise the previous one is a good one video to understand the option. So randomly I just click on it, come to the format, and here you can see that the grid line option is also available. You can observe that the grid line is added. It's up to you which type of the style you need for the grid line. Okay, the color, make a solid black. Okay, similarly the zoom slider is also available. When you click on it, the zoom slider option are there, and you can just drag it. You can just drag it, this option, to make it zoom. Okay, make it zoom your screen. The same option is available on this stack column as well. Similarly, data bar here. Okay, look at this, the data bar available. When you go, there is a different option of the data bar position, which type of the position you need. The ribbons are there. Click on the ribbon, and after that you can apply the ribbon as well. Okay, what are the color you need, you can apply there. Similarly, the details of the values are also available there. The background. Okay, look at this. The background is going to change 12K, 61K, and 68K. Total label are there. Okay, look at this. The total label is just present at the top of the bar. Okay, the plotted area background, the same thing. Previously, we observed it. If you want to set the image here, you want to set the image as well. Okay, and this is the option. And the last one is the add further analysis, the cost trend line. The same cost trend line is also available for this option as well, which we discussed before. Okay, so that's all about the second form of the graph, is stack column chart. My intention is that to explain all the type of the graph individually. If there is a related type of the graph, I will just merge it in a one session. Okay, and after that we will use the different options comparatively with respect to the real life example. Okay, which means that which type of the data we have, and we must use which specific type of the graph to show up the internal insight of the data on it. Okay, so that's a good one. I just need to just make it set and just drag to set over there. Okay, for example, this is the right way. Okay, by the way, you can add it the top heading, all the things we have explained there in the previous one. Now click on the background. Remember that, don't click here, remain not key, click here, otherwise the graph will be changed here. You need to click on the background area of the graph, and after that click on the third one, clustered bar chart. Okay, what is a cluster bar chart, by the way? Clustered, as a name suggests, it shows that if you want to show the collection of the data in a form of the paired form. Okay, for example, one or more than attributes are there and you want to show in a clustered form. Actually, clustered is a combination of the same data type. Okay, for example, there's a collection of the values are there, they belongs to department number 1, the another one department number 2, department number 3. So the department number 1 or employee is a comparatively with respect to the other department, they are separate collection of the employees. So we can say that technically is a cluster 1, cluster 2, and cluster 3. Okay, let's see. Just get this one graph. That's called a cluster bar chart. Make it focus mode, and after that you can see that almost same number of the columns is available there. So the same attribute I'm going to drop here, degree programs and father income as well. And when I just drop it, you can observe that actually the same thing as like the stack bar chart, but the difference is that it's a bar chart but in a form of the clustered. So the option will make understand us about that, what is the difference between them. So I just drop it. Similarly, the duration, I'm going to the legend. Small multiples is also available. You can drop the small multiples. Okay, the tooltip also there. I just drop the tooltip as well. Okay, so the same attributes are there. If you don't need, you just click the cancel one. You cannot apply this one. Okay, I just cancel the legend attribute as well. Remember that this summation sign, every time this summation sign shows that actually this is belong to a numeric data type. Okay, if there is no summation sign, which means that there is no numeric value over there, it's a string value. Okay, so after that this is a very basic type of the graph, and now you need to go to the format your visual. You can see that x-axis and y-axis almost the same. Okay, the grid line here there. Okay, for example, when I just click on it, so I can change the colors and the name of this thing in x-axis and y-axis. And after that, the grid line is also there. You can add the grid line, zoom slider. Look at this one. As like the same zoom slider available there. The bar, the color of the bar, you can change it. Data label and plotted background. In the journal, the same attributes. The same number of the attributes are available in the journal as well, which we discuss in a stack bar chart in the first session. Similarly, the further analysis. Now, this is the very important thing. In the further analysis, instead of the constant line, there are a lot of the other options. We need to explore this one to understand, and we will easily understand that what are the difference between the basic stack bar chart and the cluster bar chart. Okay, let's see. For example, constant line, you can add the constant line with respect to the threshold. This is the constant line, and I'm just applying the value 20,000. Okay, and after that I change the color black. So this is a threshold line, and after that this is the level of the transparency, by the way, a dashed line, dotted line, whatever the things you may apply there. Scale by width. Okay, so the pixel size you may apply there. 9:1, the big solid line. Okay, in a dotted one you need to apply the solid one. Good. Otherwise 4 will be the good one. Yep. The shaded area, just apply. The rest of the under this threshold is a shaded one. You can change the color as well. So this one is a good one. Okay, if you don't need, you just off this one. Okay, data label are there. You can apply the data label. Minimum line, maximum line. Okay, so minimum line, I just click on it and I just apply the minimum line with respect to the income. And after that, the color of the line. Look at this. This is the minimum range. So I just choose the father income. So it used the minimum value of the father income and just plotted a line. You can observe that the blue color dotted line is plotted here. I can change the color into a black one. Okay, the transparency not 50%, make it solid. I just off the shaded area, so you can observe that. Similarly, if you want to show a shaded area in a minimum one, so you can apply this. Data label are there. You can apply the data label on the minimum one as well. Same for the maximum one. Same for the average one. Same for the median one. Same for the percentile one line. Okay, this is the some difference is statistical logic. Okay, you may apply one by one. So example, I just randomly click on it, add line, and the maximum it will show. Look at this. This is the maximum line. Similarly, the average line it will show when I just click add the average line. It's automatically added here with respect to the father income column. Go down. The median line is over there. Just click on the median. This is the median line. You can change the color, by the way, one by one. This is a line one. You can change the color. So I just added here. Similarly, the percentile line is there. Just add one. The percentile line is there. Error bar. Okay, that is the very good one. So which type of the error bar you need? When I just click on the error bar, I just zoom it. So this is the error bar option, and inside the error bar, this is the attribute which I used. So make it enable. I just make it enable, and after that, upper bound and lower bound, which means that which type of the column you need here for the upper bound and lower bound values. For example, I just draw this one. I just draw this one, and you can easily understand that what does it mean. For example, this is a graph, and I understand that this is the my minimum range. This is my minimum range. I just draw the line minimum one, and this is my maximum one. Okay, so I can say that this is the error area. This is the error area because it is crossing the limit of my minimum value, and this is the missing value from the threshold. This is a missing value from the threshold from this area to this area. If you plot this graph in a form of the horizontal line. So there is no error, by the way, here, but on the left side there is error. Left side here, and here as well, but there is no error. So in short, I just cross it. So this is the some threshold line. If there is a requirement in a graph to show up your business problem or logic, you may use this one. Okay. So I just want to add some upper bound and lower bound values here. So if I just drop the, for example, I just zoom it first. I just drop in an upper bound, for example, the roll number. Okay, by the way, this is not a right value for the upper bound and lower bound, but based on the type of the column which I have right now, I just supposed to use the roll number as a upper bound. And when I just drop this one, look at this, when I just drop this one, it will show sum of the roll number. So whatever the numbers are there, it will show as a sum. But when I just drop this one, it will show the sum of the roll number. And after that, you can observe that there is a bar. You can observe that start from this corner to this corner. Zoom out this one. And you can observe that it's just crossing this one, just crossing this one, and just crossing this one as well, which means that that is a minimum range. Okay, and that is the maximum range. It will follow that. Okay. Lower bound, it just shows at the upper bound. So if I just take this one as the another one roll number as a lower bound as well, or for example, I just use the duration as a lower bound. By the way, it is not possible here, but then I just drop. You can observe that the count of the duration is also used there as a lower bound. So this is the lower bound values, okay, as an error. So if you want to show the upper bound and lower bound as a form of the error bar, okay, so you can apply the simple values as well there. But this time I have this data. But when we are using a professional one, we can easily understood this kind of the concept more properly over there. So upper bound and lower bound, which I just make you understand in the form of the visualization as well. Okay. So this is the error bar, and another form of the error bar here, this absolute and relative. Okay, so you can apply the absolute and relative. So if I just apply the relative one, so you can observe that the error bar is going to outside of the box. Okay, and if I just apply this absolute form, it will show under the bar here. Okay, so it's all about the statistical understanding of your data. Remember that the Power BI is a small type of the software, but it required a more and more strong knowledge of the statistics and mathematical. And if you have a great command in a statistic and mathematics, you can easily visualize your data in a proper form. Okay, so we discuss here the different types of the graph, two different type of the graph today here, a stack column chart and the cluster bar chart here. And based on the type of the understanding, we discuss error bar, percentile line, cost trend line. Similarly, in the visual one and the journal one are the same as well. Okay, if there is any confusion so far, feel free to write the comment. Okay, and if I just make it back to the report and just set it here at the top, like this one and this one. Right, so the two graph is ready. I'll just zoom it now. So two graphs of this are ready here. Okay, so in the next session we will discuss about the column bar chart, similarly the 100% stack bar chart and 100% stack column chart as well. Stay in touch for more update about what is going on in the Power BI with respect to the Scratch, everyone. Okay, so stay in touch. See you in the next session. Remember that if you didn't subscribe the channel, what are you waiting for to subscribe the channel? See you in the next session.